Drive, brought to you by Golf Pride.
Very good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It's great to have you with us here on Morning Drive. Anna Whiteley, alongside the gang, Damon Hack, Paige McKenzie and Robert Dameron. Well, while round one of the NFL draft had the sports world buzzing last night, there was a different kind of buzzing going on in the golfing world. And let me tell you now, it did not go to plan.
This isn't coming out for a while.
Let's see what's behind door number one. Oh, this side is so bad.
Well, the good thing is I got my mustache still.
It's a good distraction.
The only good thing is that you've kept your moustache, Brooks. I mean, would we say that? We can't let this slip without giving it a grade, Robert Dameron. How are you rating Jenna's barber skills?
In a grade, F minus. I mean, geez, I think we're looking at potential criminal activity here. There's not a jury in America that wouldn't give her 5 to 10 for such atrocities. She may have to find a new boyfriend after disfiguring the poor fellow.
I give it slightly higher. We'll go D minus. Given the fact that it didn't appear that there was any blood loss, that would be a true fail. I think in this situation, it's still fixable. You could still shave the rest of it off. It will grow back, but I mean, it was more entertainment than worthy of a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna, you had one job. Give the man a proper haircut. It's an F. There was a song back in the early 1980s by the rock band Styx, Too Much Time on My Hands. This couple has too much time on its hands.
Very funny. And Paige, I'm not sure what that says about the time that we live in right now. If a good haircut just means there was no blood loss, I'm not sure what that says about how we live at the moment. But hey, I don't think we can rate it much more than an F, guys, but a very good effort, and I'm thoroughly enjoying watching men's haircuts around the world right now. Okay, well, if you are wondering what to do here on a Friday, I can tell you that golf has got you covered. So let's check out what we've got going up on today on Golf Channel, because we've got two separate final rounds from the Zurich Classic, starting with the 2015 Zurich Classic at noon Eastern. That event won by the Golden Justin Rose. Then the 2018 version follows at 3 p.m. Eastern. That year, Scott Piercy and Billy Horschel took home the title. But immediately following Morning Drive, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern, we've got two episodes of Chronicles of a Champion Golfer. So guys, with Spieth and Phil headlining your programming later this morning, it is time to take your pick. Now, two incredibly iconic performances, so it's going to be a tough one. But Robert Dameron, what's your favorite shot from Jordan or Phil's Open victories?
Well, there's so much to choose from, and Phil hit so many great quality shots late coming from behind in a tournament that he had no real history of showing that he was going to win it. But I really, really liked Jordan Spieth on 14, the very first shot. After on 13, he had blown his drive way right onto the driving range. It took him 20 minutes to hit his next one. He salvaged bogey to now go one down. And I think he told himself on the tee, all right, I've goofed off. That's enough. It is absolutely enough. I had a 3-shot lead. I've let Matt Kuchar take the lead. I'm done with this stuff. Forget it. I'm just going to play the way I know how to play. And what did he do? He went 5 under on his next 4 holes and just kind of let Matt Kuchar in his wake. But I think that's just the shot that turned it around and told us and himself, enough, I'm winning this.
It was, and I would consider that the most important shot of the day for Jordan Spieth. I agree in that I felt like there was a shift in mindset, but it wasn't my favorite shot of the day. My favorite shot came the very next hole on number 15. Again, he birdied 14 after the disaster on 13, and then 15's par 5, reached it in 2. And to me, Jordan Spieth, when I think of him and his success, it comes with the putter. And this putt and that reaction became iconic with this win. And this is where I got goosebumps when I was watching. 14 to me was significant, it was important, it was necessary to turn things around. But 15 is when I felt the Spieth thing happen, when I got the goosebumps watching. And for that reason, that's why it was my most favorite shot of Jordan Spieth during that win.
That was a quintessential Jordan Spieth win. I'm going with Phil Mickelson, though, 2013 Open. at Muirfield, 17th hole, 3-wood, second shot, and it's the quality of the strike. It's also his reaction. Go, baby, come on. And this was the major he wasn't supposed to win. A 5-shot deficit going into that Sunday behind Lee Westwood. 3 behind at the turn. He shoots 32, aided by this 2-putt birdie at 17, birdies 18. He had no history, Robert, as you mentioned, correct. He had a nice run in 2004, but this was the major he never warmed to, really. You know, he didn't kind of understand the nuances of links golf, hit the ball too high. He found the patience, he found the shot making to get it done, and ultimately able to win that claret jug.
Yeah, amazing, Damon, that you mentioned that, because we saw not that long ago the battle between he and Henrik Stenson in the Open, and I always thought for him to lose, Mickelson to lose, given maybe one of the top 10 or 15 major performances ever, was unbelievable. So it was very strange that when he was on over there in Scotland and England, but when he was off, he just couldn't figure it out.
Two amazing performances. One for Jordan Spieth to overcome that 29-minute bogey 5 on 13, and then Phil Mickelson to overcome what he said was the most rewarding and difficult round of his career. So amazing stuff from both of them. But guys, we know Phil Mickelson has delivered so many unforgettable moments at the Open, but both him and Jordan, of course, are missing one trophy that elude them from achieving the all-time great achievement of the career Grand Slam. Now, next season, the majors will look nothing like we have ever seen before. We've got 6 scheduled coming our way. So, Paige, I'll come to you first on this. Who do you think will claim the career Grand Slam first, Jordan or Phil?
I've got to go with Jordan Spieth. Some of it has to do with my doubts about Phil Mickelson. However, I think he can turn it on when he wants to. The other is just about time. Jordan Spieth's going to have a lot more opportunities to be able to complete the career Grand Slam than Phil Mickelson does. I'm still think favorably about the rest of Jordan Spieth's career. I think he has the ability to turn it around. What he was able to do in his prime years of winning, it sounds weird to say that for somebody that's so young, I think can come back. You look at somebody like Henrik Stenson, who didn't win a major championship until late into his career, had a downturn, was able to get it back and become one of the elite players in the game once again. I think Jordan Spieth's fully capable of doing that, and I think he just really has time on his side.
That's the one main reason that I'm agreeing with you. It's the time. You've got Winged Foot and Phil this year that they don't really, even though Phil blew it, yes, the one time he played the U.S. Open at Winged Foot, the way he's playing now, that just type of brutal golf course isn't going to suit the way he drives it. The short game's not as sharp as it used to be. And Jordan, when you look back over his career and you look at his stats, each stat, he's had brilliance and he's had real struggles. So he's capable of hitting a lot of fairways. He drives it plenty long. He's capable of stuffing it. His iron play can be great. We all know how good a chipper he is. And when his putter's on, he's the best in the world. So at 26 years old, there's still time to put those pieces together. But for the last year and a half or more, Phil's game has been trending downward. And it's tough to see in the short amount of time he's got left in his playing career, tidying it all up in just the right time at just the right tournament. So yes, Paige, you are right. It's going to be Jordan Spieth winning the career Grand Slam before Phil.
Yeah, one already in the Hall of Fame, guys. One on his way. It's simple math. It's a glance at the actuary tables. Phil Mickelson likely to be 50 when he competes in his next major championship. Jordan Spieth will be 27 when he competes in his next major championship. He's definitely slumping. I think that Jordan clearly this time will do him some good, maybe to find that old swagger back. And I do think Phil Mickelson may have another great run in him, but I don't think that run will include a U.S. Open. He's had several bites at the apple, 6 runner-up finishes. I don't see him completing the career Grand Slam. And to hear him tell it, he doesn't really believe that a U.S. Open title is in his future. And when he starts verbalizing that type of statement, it makes this answer pretty easy that it's Jordan Spieth.
Robert, I'll come back to you on this, and just to focus a little bit on Jordan Spieth, the comeback wasn't exactly going to plan before the PGA Tour came to a halt at the Players. Do you think this time off is going to suit him, and how do you think this jam-packed schedule that we're going to be seeing once play resumes, how will that fit with his mindset?
Well, it can't hurt Jordan Spieth. It can hurt Phil Mickelson just because time, again, is not on his side. He keeps waiting. He's staring the 50th birthday down, whereas Jordan has time to completely just let everything go. All the bad press, all the interviews he has to do after playing poorly. He's still Jordan Spieth. Most people, when they play poorly at a tournament, the press isn't there to talk to him about it. They are with him, so he has to relive every bad shot. Why are you struggling? I think it's going to be really nice for him to get home, forget about this, put everything away for a while, and restart. Maybe watch some film of you when you're younger, winning the other majors, winning even John Deere holding the bunker shot, or the Travelers holding the bunker shot. Show yourself and remind yourself who you are and how special a player you really are, and forget all the other little swing keys and stuff, and just kind of get back into being Jordan Spieth Page. Hopefully that's what he's working on. And again, I just think there's too much ability to count him out anytime soon.
I think that's a great suggestion to go back and watch video, because I think that the key that he's been missing is really that mental edge. There's something about the will to get the ball in the hole that differentiated him from everybody else. Yes, he hit the ball well, and yes, he was an exceptional putter, but there was something about his mental edge that was really important. I think that's what's been missing. You look statistically, and he's had a good year of ball striking. He's had a good year of putting since his last win, but he hasn't been able to put everything together. So I really agree with you. It's going to be about confidence and about getting some of that mojo back that was so amazing during his kind of winning times.
We all know just exactly what Phil and Jordan are both capable of. Prolific winners, both on the hunt for the comeback and both in search of that one major to fulfill the career Grand Slam. But whilst Royal St. George's eagerly awaits the return of the Open in 2021, don't forget you can stay tuned here all morning.